Hello, this is Tim Nixon, and we are going to talk about the purchase contract. This is the form we use when we write an offer to purchase a house. So there's 11 pages to this, and there's a lot of detail in it. I'm only going to hit the highlights. I'm only going to go over things that buyers ask me in almost every transaction. So when you have questions, you can always refer back to the purchase contract because it's in there. And you can always refer back to us too. So, the first thing I want you to read or see is attention buyer. You are entering into a legal binding agreement. This is per the state of Arizona. So, know that when we're writing offers. So now we're going to go down to the first part. This is actually page 1 now. So we put in your names. We put in the seller's names, and these seller names came from county records. We put in the address, the county assessor number, and the legal description. So there's no confusion about what property we're making an offer on. The address, the assessor's number, and the legal description should all equal the same place. Below that is the offer price. This is how much you're going to write the offer for to purchase the home. Earnest money is next. We usually ask the buyer to give the seller about 1% of the purchase price. So in this case, the purchase price is $100,000. So we would ask the buyer to do $1,000 earnest money. Down payment. So this buyer wants to put $20,000 down on their offer price. So we're going to subtract this $1,000 earnest money from the $20,000. That's where we came up with the $19,000. So now we have a loan amount of $80,000 for the buyer. Earnest money is not needed until the offer is accepted, and at that point, the earnest money check is written out to the title company who does cash that check, and they hold that money until it's time to close, and they disperse funds to pay either the down payment or closing costs or both. So, close of escrow date. Right here. So the close of escrow date on this contract is April 28th, 2021. This is where we would add any and all addendums to the purchase contract. So that if the house was built prior to 1978, you'll see a lead-based paint addendum. If the purchase contract is contingent upon the sale of another house, you would see a buyer contingency addendum. This box would be checked. On this particular offer, we're going to include the community addendum and the COVID-19 addendum. Fridge, washer, dryer. These are items that are negotiable between a buyer and seller whether or not they're going to stay. So if you do want the fridge, washer, dryer to stay, just let us know, and this is where we would write these items in. Type of financing. If you're getting a mortgage, we need to disclose to the seller what type of financing you're going to do. This particular buyer is using conventional financing, and we do have a pre-qualification letter from the lender stating it's a conventional loan. Appraisals. There is a mortgage with this offer, so there'll have to be an appraisal. So we have to state who is paying for the appraisal. In this particular situation, it's the buyer, which that's kind of normal. Title company. If you want to know who to contact for any escrow questions, you can go back to your purchase contract on page 3, and it states the name of the title company. This particular title company is First Integrity Title. Here's where it's located, and here's the email for the contact person, and here's the phone number. You'll see that there's a lot of blank spaces here. Nothing was filled out. That's because it doesn't pertain to this offer. So we don't write in NA. We don't put little dashes through it or dots. The best way to handle this is just leave it blank. I do want to talk about this. It's blank, but I do want to talk about it. Inspection period. So the buyer's inspection period shall be 10 days. That's 10 days from the date of acceptance. However, we don't use day one. So it's 10 days from date of acceptance. Don't use day one. The next day is day one. And we have 10 days to do all of our inspections and ask the seller to repair or replace any items that you would like them to fix. Sewer systems. The premises is connected to a sewer system, but the sewer connection is up to us to make sure that it's connected properly and that the sewer line is in good condition. So we recommend a sewer line inspection, which is just a camera that goes down through the sewer, through the house, all the way out to the street. Home warranty. Home warranties are written into the offer, and there's right now, the premium or platinum protection plan is $650, and we have to say who's paying it. Is the buyer going to pay it, the seller going to pay it, or are we going to split between buyer and seller? If you don't want a home warranty, we check this box. If there's any additional terms and conditions that we need to write in here that may not be in the contract, this is where it goes. We try not to do that if at all possible, but sometimes we have to. This is where we want the seller to respond to our offer by. So this particular offer, we want them to respond to us, which is accept, reject, or do a counteroffer by April 27th, 2021 at 5 o'clock. So this states who the buyer agents are. That would be Amy and I. This is where our office is. This is the address. This is our phone numbers. And then all of the seller's information would be here. This would be the listing agent's contact number, their MLS code, license number, and so on. This is where the buyer either is going to accept. If they accept it, the offer, they just sign right here. If they're going to do a counter offer, they check this box and then they sign right here. And that's it, guys. That's the highlights on the purchase contract. Thank you.